morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to the branding series. My name is Usama Nidal and today we'll be talking about the development phase. And I know you're very pumped. You're very pumped to be aware of this phase, or at least I hope. So when I was thinking about the preparing for this episode, I thought of the most or the top scenarios that happened to me throughout my short period with branding, which are I either go with the with developing the visual identity, or I go with creating a new website or social media strategy. And let me tell you why. Usually because there are some goals that are needed to be hit, and to achieve those goals really change the visual identity. There's a personality there that you need in order to have those, of course. So or simply you're going for the website case, simply you're gonna need an e-commerce department in your company. So having a solid website that has the proper messaging and the proper product showcase is really crucial to the success of the e-commerce department of your company. Or even sometimes these people need more awareness to their brand and their company. So usually we go with social media, which means we go more into development. We go more into development. What's happening? Developing a social media strategy, and that in itself is a very important and very tiring task, but we are there for work and we love the work, baby. So let's just jump right into this project. Here is the Zaliu clothing company, and this is a project I've done already. So today I'll be talking about also stylescapes. Why do we need them, and why are they crucial to any branding project? Okay, so basically what are stylescapes? They are a print material that's so wide and so tight in here, so in order to break the how can I say this, our natural behavior when we go through websites is we expect them to be vertical. We go with horizontals to break that mentality and that mindset, just to know and just to have real feedback from the clients. And I'm gonna tell you why in a second, okay? So here, as you see, like I said in the previous episode, go check it out, defining the brand usually goes with 6 words at the end, 2 per personality, okay? And the reason why I need them is to develop the stylescapes, okay? So the first 2 words are I go with, or let me just make this quick. Okay, we go with how can I say this, 2 words per stylescape, or if I go with 3 words, then 1 per stylescape. And I usually go with normal, mild, and spicy. And normal is what the client usually will apply for or will fall for. The mild one is the boring version of the normal, and the spicy is the exciting version of the normal. So with the Zaliu company stylescapes here, we have this one, elegant transparent, which is the normal, and that's what the client have approved. And here we have the boring one, the mild. It's casual and organized. And the last one is colorful and lively, and which is the spicy version of the normal. Okay, so, and the reason why we do that, and there's a whole episode about this topic, I'll put it in the description. The reason why is to limit the number of revisions in the future. And the reason why to do that is because your client is paying you money to do your job, so do it properly, okay? we need it to do, we need it to be done properly so that we can save our time and our clients' time. Okay, and the more we know about the client's taste or person, like as a designer, you need like to have the client's taste and the technical knowledge or the needed thing for that project and mix them together. Okay, so basically that's your job, or that's our job, and really put in this stylescape thing is really crucial to make that job correct. Okay, so I highly recommend you we go with the stylescape project, because it's not only gonna save you time, it helps you understand more your audience, your client, and more importantly yourself. And trust me when I say this, once I started doing stylescapes, I started understanding more my process, and I was getting like easy how can I say this, more like more in control over my process of going through this, and I really liked it. Okay, so this is how I go with the stylescape. First of all, I go with I show them the stylescapes one at a time. So guys, tell me, what do you think about this? Remember, you're not there to sell or to convince them with anything, just listen. Write and listen, that's all. So you just need, like, of course, to show them some description at start, like so guys, this is the logo, these are the colors, this is typography, this is the imagery we're gonna use, these are some brand elements that we're going to use as well. This typography here is also gonna happen, I don't know, like for this project maybe you're gonna use this, and sorry, I'm losing my breath right now. So, and yeah, here maybe we're gonna use this material design and these illustrations for this style. You just need like to explain your process of going through stylescapes. Okay, and once you get the feedback, usually it goes something like this. We like the first one, but we would love to have this thing in the with the first style. Could you do that? And just make that note. Don't say yes or no, especially don't make promises that you can't keep. Okay, so, and at first I was like guilty of this. I usually go, of course I'm a designer, I can do anything, but usually you just can't, because mixing up personalities could be really difficult and could like ruin the whole thing. So be careful when you're like mixing up personalities. It's not always possible, but it's kind of it's not impossible. Okay, so just be careful when you're given promises. So yeah, I think you pick what do they like, what they didn't like, write them into words, then when you're finishing the meeting, like just mention everything so that you're like both on the same page, and like you're making sure you're understanding each other and you're understanding the process of going through this. Okay, and just to add some notion here, please guys, don't let them see you as an order taker. Don't let them like see you like as a freelancer. Be the expert. And when I say this, the only thing you need to sell in the beginning of any operation of any kind is to sell them confidence. Tell them that you're capable to deliver this project, deliver this baby. Okay, make them feel like safe when they are around you. Talk like an expert, act like one, especially don't let them like feel like you're a kid or somehow, because when they feel that, they're not gonna tell you the truth, they're not gonna behave properly, and basically, and most importantly, they will not talk about the goals in front of you. And that's really crucial for the branding project to happen. So like I said, make sure to like make them feel as comfortable as possible with you. Make them feel you're an expert and you know what you're doing, even though you're not yet. Nobody's expert. Everybody's learning and developing their process. and I'm one of them. I'm consistently developing my process of going through branding, and here in the branding series I'll be like constantly developing my process and sharing it here. Okay, so consider subscribing, by the way, humble brand. Anyway, so now we move on to the next part. What happens after that? Usually here, as you see on the left, I develop the logos for the company using the personalities. Okay, and usually my logos are perfect. By perfect I mean like the clients like them, and we cannot like do any more revisions to the logos except if they like see something or they thought they will need more stuff for the logo, and then only then I start developing the new logo for the company, and developing a logo that's a whole another story that I cannot put in hours or minutes or whatever. It takes days and days of work. Okay, what's a visual identity? And especially if you are a very or a beginner and you don't know what the visual identity is, a visual identity is the whole system of the visual elements of a brand. Okay, it's the logo, the typography, the colors, the packaging, the print collateral, the clothes, maybe, I don't know what else. Like I don't know, like these are the basic elements. There are like some extensions to that, but I cannot really like the imagery style as well somehow. Anyway, so everything that concerns the visual that's consistent and has a look and feel that is so consistent with the whole brand values and personality is considered as a visual identity. It's also called sometimes an identity system or a visual system as well. Anyway, so to develop that after doing the logo, of course, because it's the most important element of the visual identity of a certain brand or company. The the next element that we need to develop is typography. And how can we develop typography is really knowing the personalities that we got from the first exercise of the define the brand and the discovery process. After taking those, you carefully look for typefaces that have those personalities. And just an example, usually fashion brands looking for fancy look and feel. Usually you'll be needing a sans serif typeface. There is D dot, there is Bedani sometimes. I don't know, like what else? Sometimes you go with avant-garde. Like avant-garde is a sans serif. Okay, so it's really like you just need to look for those typefaces that have that personality in itself. Okay, so that's how I develop great typography or great type or great, how can I say this, like visual identity that has a very powerful typography system. That's how I go through it. Then I see how all of the letters are like being designed. I see if they need like some changes. Remember, you're the designer. Don't just take stuff the way they are. Of course, if they are perfect and they match the profile you're looking for, then mazel tov, you won. But if not, try to look for ways to like improve the typefaces so that they match the personality you're looking for. Okay, the next thing is imagery, and developing the imagery style is also very important. Or before that, let me talk about colors. And colors as well are very important as well. Look for the personalities and like try to look for colors that match that personality. There is a whole theory of colors. It's on many websites on the internet. Check it out. I'll be looking for some stuff on the internet and sharing them in the description. Imagery is as well very important and needs like consistent how can I say that, look and feel all over the website, especially if you're doing clothing. I mean, like, your models need to like have this consistent look and feel, or just don't have a consistent look and feel. Like, sometimes this order is the consistent look and feel. If you take the Toms, for example, the way they show their products on Instagram, they just take pictures of usual people, usual not Toms, sorry, that's Chubbies, I think. They just take usual people having those products and wearing them, okay? And you could use your models, whatever, just like think of a proper way that matches the personality of the brand, okay? Some companies, especially the clothing companies, who like want to charge more, and there's a video about charging more, I'll be leaving it in the description, includes some fancy packaging. And really, packaging could really justify charging more for a certain product, especially if it's designed well. So as a designer, it's very easy for me to make things look fancier than they actually are. That's my job, basically. And developing the packaging is, so like I said before, developing the packaging is really important. And the reason why you're seeing me like this is that my camera now just the battery was off, and I needed like to finish this episode because only a few minutes are left. Anyway, like I said, packaging is really important to like make the look and feel really amazing. And like the only thing the only thing that you need to keep focusing on is the consistent look and feel and the personality of the brand when you're developing the how can I say this, the visual identity of the brand. So yeah, that was the development phase. Next time I'll be sharing the developing a website. Those moments when a website is needed, I'll be sharing the tips and the process of developing a website. In the episode after that, we'll be talking about social media. So thank you guys for tuning in to this episode, the series. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.